Hi, I've been thinking of you and hoping you are feeling well and staying safe. I'm Sally and I'm back in Western Australia on home assignment. I'm currently in isolation in Esperance and it feels a bit sad to be so much closer physically to you all, but still not able to see you face to face. But I am thankful that we have these different modes of staying connected. So for those who I haven't met yet, my name is Sally Pim and I'm a cross-cultural worker with Global Interaction, the Baptist Mission Organisation. I've just finished my first 3-year term in Mozambique working with the Islamic Yao. So the Yao are a least reached people group, and as a team we work together to empower these communities around us to develop their own distinctive ways of following Jesus. We spend our time learning the culture and the language as we seek to engage in deep relationships with people and journey with them as they discover Jesus. We also get these opportunities to offer practical assistance in the communities that we live in. And God is revealing himself in powerful ways in Mozambique, and I'm so thankful for your support, which allows us all to be a part of what God is doing among the Yao. So thank you for those prayers. So I've got a few short stories I'd love to share with you from the last 3 years in Mozambique, and here is the first one. Enjoy!
It's nearing the end of rainy season in Masangulu, and I hadn't been out of our village since January, so I was really feeling it. My food supplies were running low, as was my energy from most of my conversations being in a language that I am still very much learning. But it was all okay because I had something to look forward to. I was going to my friend's house in the next country, Malawi, for the weekend to celebrate her birthday. I could not wait to swap the mud and orange stained sandals for a nicer outfit and maybe some high heels. The thought of eating at a cafe and being able to access internet that was reliable the whole time had me so excited. So I made a shopping list and I salivated over the exotic things that I'd buy. Things like sushi sheets, rice paper, chocolate. So it was early when I left. It was still dark, but I really wanted to get to the border as it opened so that I could get to the city before lunch. It had rained all night, but it had cleared up by now. And it was 4 kilometres down the road that I hit my first problem. A truck had gotten bogged the night before and was still there. It was lying across the road. So as the sun rose, I tried to work my way through the sloppy mud around it, but I just kept sliding and I got a little too close for comfort to that truck. So eventually I backtracked and I found another route through the village, and then I went back onto the main road. And it's probably a good time to mention that that main road, our highway, it was not tarred at that point. It was just complete dirt and mud. This was a bit sketchy. So I keep going, and in front of me is that worst section of road. I do know this, and so I'd thought through a plan beforehand, and I managed to slowly work my way up through this section without slipping over the edge, the steep drop off. And I even avoid a bus that's sliding down the hill just in front of me. And I've done it. And I know the rest won't be so bad, and so I relax my hands on the driving wheel. And I make it probably to the edge of the border town, and I think I'm about 15 k's out. The sun, it's now high in the sky, but I don't really mind that I'm going to be a bit late because I'm learning to be flexible. And then I see it. Actually, maybe more accurately, I don't see it. The only bridge to get into town isn't there anymore. The heavy rains have washed it into the stream below. And there's absolutely nothing that I can do. So I get out of my car, I stand at the gap where the bridge is meant to be, and I stare down at the river for the longest time. I look over to the other side, the side that holds my weekend of shopping, of birthday parties and fun, and then I turn around, I get in my car, and I go home. We are living in a time when plans are not working out. Weddings, birthdays, family get-togethers, they're all being cancelled because of something that is outside of our control. It can be a really hard thing to stomach when we are faced with just how much is actually out of our control. It's hard when things are taken away from us that we have used for our sustainability and even for our survival. We have support systems in place in our lives for good reasons, and now, for many of us, these have been taken away, all for a very good cause of flattening the curve. But how do we respond to that? In a time when we have very little to hold on to, when our work, it's changing, our social lives are changing, our routines even are looking so very different, I think our response can either be made out of fear or out of peace. We do have that choice. And while fear leaves us in a state of anxiety, stress, and worry, peace does the opposite. Peace allows us rest and it shows us God's wisdom. So when we get anxious, when we get angry, when we get sad because our lives are changing, because the situation around us is different, and the things that we've put into place are falling away, let's turn to Jesus first. Let's draw near to him and ask him for that peace. So may God bless you with his peace. See you.